What's up, guys? It's Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down 3 different press releases and when to use them. So we're mainly going to be focusing on the specific situations that wide receivers should use these releases, not so much the technique, but more so being able to read a DB, how to choose from all those releases that we love to talk about, and just how to actually execute them on the field. So I hope this helps you guys out. Hope it teaches you a few things about being efficient off the line of scrimmage. But also, fellas, if you guys are a wide receiver and you want to know the specific things you should do in the gym to improve your get-off speed, your speed and explosiveness at the top of the route, your balance, your ankle and knee stability, check out that very first link below for our 12-week-long wide receiver gym workout plan. So what it is, it's a 3-month-long daily schedule with all the daily wide receiver gym workouts you should be doing to improve your on-field performance. We give you specific sets, repetitions broken down into specific workout splits for you, and we include rest days, conditioning days, and long enough rest periods in between sets. So very first link below if you want a 3-month-long workout schedule for wide receivers specifically. Let's get started. So first release we got here is this kind of hesitation skip triple move here from Josh Palmer. Okay, so now this release specifically is for a slant route, and it takes a little bit longer, right? This is very similar to that slide release that we all know and love to work. So when should you be doing this situation? So this slide release, this hesitation skip, when we have a DB, or I should say really, we should talk about play concept here. Because you see when he's doing this slide release, what are these other receivers doing? He's running a seam. We got this number 3 receiver to the inside, running kind of a dig route. So again, this is a longer developing play. Right? So this is not a double slant bubble, catch, throw footwork for the quarterback. As a wide receiver, we cannot just run my route. I cannot just be that guy who's like, oh, okay, I got a slant. I'm just going to go run a slant. And if I get pressed, I'm going to do this, this, or this. You got to understand the specific play concept and how this route, this is probably like an under route, actually, not so much like a slant route, but same principles apply. It could be a slant, could be an under route. Either one works because I know the Chargers love to work that under route, especially with Keenan Allen. Now, let's talk about this. When I do this type of a route and I take this type of a release where I'm a little bit more patient, I'm getting this DB off the platform, I'm giving him this like triple move to the outside, it's got to be the right type of play. I'm not going to be doing this on a play concept where it's like a double slant because the quarterback is doing quick game footwork. You have to understand a quarterback's footwork, a quarterback's drop, much like how they teach DBs to read a quarterback's drop. And that quarterback's just taking a quick step and go, that corner's going to try to jump the route and be more anxious to jump the route because his drop is a quick game drop. His drop is not a 3-step drop or a 5-step drop. So if we know that the quarterback is in a 5-step drop or a 3-step drop from gun passing concept, I can use this type of a release, right? So where it takes a little bit longer, where I give him this slide, I give him that quick 3-step, and then I break off on this slant or this under route because we know the quarterback's maybe not looking at me first. He's probably peeking the seam. Okay, seam's not there. Now I'm going to get my feet set and go back to this under route. Or I'm trying to read this defender. If he runs at the seam, then I take the under route. Or if he sits right there, then I'm going to take the seam over the top in that hole shot. Or maybe there's no safety and I throw it over the top. Whatever it is, but it's longer developing footwork for the quarterback. So as a wide receiver, I can take a longer developing release. So this could be a slide release, this could be like some kind of a skip release, or this could be like this hesitation triple step release that we like to use right here. A lot of people do this release when it's like 1-on-1s, 7-on-7 and stuff like that, and it takes too damn long because that quarterback's just catching and throwing. If it's a double slant, that quarterback wants to get the ball out of his hands as fast as possible. He's trying to read the guy over the number 2. If he backs up, he takes the first slant. If he crashes down on the first slant, this guy, then he takes the second slant right here. But if you're not to that window because you're taking too long with your release, then I can't get you the ball. I'm going to get sacked. I'm going to hold it, or I'm going to pull this thing down and run because you're not at the window I need you to be. So as a wide receiver, when you want to choose a longer developing slide skip release, you got to understand the right situation to do so. Okay, let's watch the thing again, full speed. Great release here and great situation to use this. Take your time with these longer developing pass concepts to be able to get this ball out. Okay, and I think that might have been like an in route there from Keenan Allen, but nonetheless, it's a deep route, right? When it's a deeper passing concept, quarterback's taking a 3-step drop, that's when I want to actually use that. Okay, so now we're looking at this route from CeeDee Lamb. So he's going to be going with this single jab release. Okay, so single jab release is where you just pick that front foot up, jab to the inside, then get up into this route, trying to hold the DB to his inside leverage. He's lined up inside shade. I want to keep him inside shade. So let's watch it again, full speed. So jab, perching up vertical, gets up into this corner, gives him that little chicken wing concept, and is able to catch this thing and come back down to the ball. This was a catch, by the way, as well. So why would he go with this situation? So you see the type of coverage it is, right? So he's got to run a corner. Where are they at? They're on like the 10-yard line, 11-yard line. So chances are, what is a quarterback going to be getting down in the red zone, or what kind of coverage are we going to be seeing? We're going to be seeing a lot of man-to-man coverage because things are down and tight. We're not going to be seeing a whole lot of zone where we could just sit over the middle and just pick them apart from an offensive perspective. And the quarterback's going to be seeing some pressure because they're probably going to be trying to stop the run and do whatever it takes to stop the run. And they're going to say, you got to beat us with these one-on-one opportunities. So as a receiver, if I see that my quarterback's going to be getting a lot of pressure and I see that it is man coverage across the board, maybe there's no safety, maybe there's one safety, I'm thinking, okay, I can't take forever with my release. I have to get off the ball quick. Now, what CeeDee Lamb decides to go with here is this just little single jab release, right? And that single jab can work because, he's stepping outside the DB's platform. DB's inside shade, his head and his shoulders are moving. Now, what made him choose this release? It's based off of the alignment of the DB. And now, another thing I want to point out, you guys can't be thinking about all this stuff at the line of scrimmage. This is pre-planned. This is something through film study. You go through film on a weekly basis and you're like, okay, this defense loves to come out and cover 1, cover 0. When we get inside the 20, I know that if I have my corner that I like to work in this, if I'm running my slant route that I like to work in this, I'm going to be doing a quicker, faster developing release to make it easier on my quarterback so I'm at the spot he needs me to be in. But my technique still has to be correct and I have to choose the correct release, right? So by choosing the correct release, I mean, this DB's inside shade. So I'm not going to be hitting him with like some kind of skip release or whatever because it takes too long. He's inside shade, so I just got to make sure that he keeps the inside shade for my outside release and I could go run this corner. So that single jab release is completely fine. It threatens him to the inside. It gets the DB to stay honest because when he's inside shade, he's not going to give up the inside. And guess what? That opened up the outside for me and I'm able to keep timing with the quarterback. That is number one. Press coverage, whole reason receivers get hands is to make sure that they screw up timing with the QB. But if I can get off the ball fast, I could still threaten the DB to the inside. I could still take what he gives me. That's going to allow me to create some separation up top and be able to break this thing right off and make a play. That's a textbook way to choose a release there from CeeDee Lamb. Inside shade, keep him inside, know the situation, know the pressure the quarterback's getting, and let's roll with this route. Let's watch it full speed again one more time. Great job hitting that jab move. Great job pushing up vertical. They're giving him that little chicken wing to get some separation on this route. And again, it doesn't need to be a ton of separation. We don't need to break his ankles every time. We just need to get enough separation where that quarterback can give me that accurate shot breaking towards that sideline, okay? So now, this is going to be a dive release. So a dive release is where you're just diving to the inside, trying to sell like a drag, trying to sell a slant, whatever it is, but we were trying to get this DB to overcommit with his hips, bite on the drag, bite on the slant, and then we slip back to the outside either on a fade or a 5-yard out. I don't necessarily like this on anything else. Maybe like a stop route or something quick like that, but it's got to be quick, right? So let's watch it full speed. So we go dive release right here from Chase Claypool, able to get that DB to commit, swat him by, and then we're able to burst up and create some separation. So when he comes off here, he gets this little like kind of hesitation move. Now this dive release where you're diving to the inside, only time, and again, we're talking a lot about when to use the release. When should you use this release? I want to use this release when I have a quick 5-yard out or a quick fade. And I have a DB who's outside shade or head up. Reason why is because he's outside shade. So if he's outside shade and you got to run a 5-yard out route, right? And he's pressed up like this or in this catch technique, I cannot force the out route because he's going to get right into my hip pocket to screw up the spacing of the play. He's going to be right on me. And it's very hard to throw a sideline breaking route from a quarterback perspective when I got a DB right on my hip. So I got to do just like how I would do if he was off man outside shade and I had to run an out route, I would attack his inside shoulder. Just like this, I want to attack his inside shoulder, but we call that a dive release. I'm trying to make him over anxious on this drag because guess what? When it's man coverage and you're running a drag, very bad position for that DB to be in, especially when there's no safety there, right? Especially when it's one-on-ones like this. Now in a real game, there'll be a safety there, but he still doesn't want to chase you on a drag because that's not a deeper developing route. He'll be over anxious to commit to this thing, and that's what can get me some separation. I could get his hips to commit, and then I can swat him by and get up into this route, right? Now, the last thing that you would want to do in this situation would be a fade, right? Because if it's a fade and he's outside shade, especially on the goal line, I can't just set him up outside, take the inside release and go because I'm not going to have any space to restack. So I like it in the red zone when you have to run a fade. It's almost like running a sluggo without breaking to the slant. So what he does, you could do here is you could dive to the inside, DB commits to the drag, I could swat him by, and then it's a foot race to that back corner. So again, you got to make sure we understand the situation to use these specific releases in, fellas. I know you guys could probably all do the technique. Some of you maybe not, some of you probably still need some work on it, but a lot of you who know the technique, who can do all the stuff, you got to understand the football IQ principles of each release and how you guys can actually apply that to your film study throughout the week, your practice plan, the routes that you run, and actually execute it in a game. I can't tell you how many guys I've seen that know all the releases, can do all the drills, can do everything, and then when a game gets there, they can't do it. They don't understand how to do it. They don't understand when to do it. Let's watch it again, full speed one more time. Great job diving to the inside, getting that receiver to commit, and then obviously swatting him by. Great route there by Chase Claypool. All right, guys, really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to leave those in the comment section below. We'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Always appreciate the feedback and always great hearing from you guys. And again, fellas, 12-week wide receiver gym workout plan, all the things you need to be doing in the gym as a wide receiver, broken down to sets, repetitions. There's probably 200 plus gym workouts in here, all broken down, daily workouts. Very first link in that description below. I'll see you guys next time.